Hello! Today we'll be creating this colorful audio visual. I'll let it play for a few more seconds so you can see the effect in action. I'm going to go ahead and delete what I have so that I can show you how to make this from scratch. Open up your content browser and right-click to create a new Niagara system. Choose an empty emitter and then hit create. Let's rename this NS_audio. Double-click to open it and then drag and drop it to its own browser. Let's go ahead and rename this emitter by hitting F2 and I'm going to call it audio. Now the first thing we need to do is go to properties here and change the sim target from a GPU sim to a GPU compute sim. And this is important because we're going to be using a lot of particles. Now we're getting this little error here, and that's because we need to change the calculate bonds mode from dynamic to fixed. And now we can go ahead and start emitting particles. So under emitter update here, hit the plus button and choose spawn rate. From there, let's go ahead and give the spawn rate a value of 10,000. And now I want the particles to emit on a shape. So under particle spawn here, choose shape location. And I'm going to change the shape primitive from a sphere to a torus. Then go ahead and choose torus knot and make the knot ring loop 8. And what this will do is once I add some vortex and forces to this velocity, it'll emit the particles in a cool pattern. Now let's change the large radius to 200 and the handle radius to 50. I'm also going to increase the surface distribution to 1. And now we can go ahead and start adding some vortex force to this. So under particle update, hit the plus button and type in vortex. Choose vortex force. And go ahead and hit fix issue for solve forces and velocity. And we're going to increase the vortex force amount to 50,000. And now we got some particles shooting everywhere. And so in order to hold the particles a bit closer together, I want to add a drag. So under particle update, type in drag. And then I'm going to give the drag a value of 15. And now the particles are holding together nicely. And once we connect this to the music, that will be even more important. So now we can go ahead and add some curl noise. Right now this is pretty flat, and the curl noise will definitely help add some more dimension and interest to this effect. So under particle update, hit that plus button and type curl and find curl noise force. And then we can increase the noise strength to 10,000 and the noise frequency to 1. And now we can see that depth starting to take place, which is pretty nice. A couple more effects here. Under particle update, type in vector noise force, and change this to 100. And this just adds a little bit more randomness to the particles. And then one other thing we can do is add a scale, sprite size. And I don't want the particles to start at 0 and get bigger. I want them to start big and then get small. And they're not showing up because we need to go to initialize particle here and go to sprite scale mode and change it from unset to uniform. And now when I hit play, they're back. I'm going to increase their size to 30. And I'm also going to increase the lifetime to 30. Nice! Now we can start adding some fun colors to this effect. So under the color mode here, go ahead and change it to direct set. And I'm just going to pause this while I do the color. So now under color here, use the drop down menu and choose color from curve. And I'm going to copy and paste what I had from my last effect. And I can go ahead and save the RGB values below if you want to copy the colors exactly. But I'll go ahead and play it. In order to change the color as the particles spawn, what we can do is go down here and type in system and choose system normalized loop age. And now the particles are changing color as they spawn. And if you want this to happen faster or slower, you can go to system states here and you can change the loop duration. So if I were to make this 1, we'd see the color change happen a lot more frequently. And if I were to make this 100, it would be a lot more slow. I'm happy with the value of 5, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And now we can go ahead and connect this particle system to our music. So use the under particle update, hit the plus button and type in scratch and choose new scratch pad module. This will open up a new tab over here. And now we just need to add a couple nodes and connect it to our music. So under Map Git here, hit this plus button and type in audio and choose audio spectrum. And now drag out from the audio spectrum and type in audio again and find the audio spectrum. Now under Map Git, hit this plus button and type in velocity, find the particle's velocity. Now we need to add a multiply node, so go ahead and hold M on your keyboard and then click. And then we can drag the particle's velocity into the first value there, and then the amplitude into the second. And now we need to add one more for the multiply, so hit this plus button, and a float will be going into here. So I'm going to right click and type in float, and add that float node. And we can plug this into this final one. Now this value will control the velocity of the music. I found for my song that 1.25 works well, but if you have a different song you can play with this value, I would just be cautious and only adjust it in small increments because it has quite an effect on the particles themselves. Now the last thing we need to do is under map set here, hit the plus button and type in velocity and find that particle's velocity again. And then just connect the output from the multiply into that value there. Then all we need to do is hit apply. And now if I were to play some music, we can see the effect is now responding to those beats, which is pretty cool. Now let me go ahead and add this to my scene. So I'm just going to drag and drop it and I can zero it out. And so now when I hit play, and I added the music to my sequencer already. I also have my camera set to 10 for the focal length so that I can see so much of the effect and still kind of be close to it. Nice. And for the beginning, for the effect I had in the beginning, I duplicated this so it was taller. And I also added both of these to my sequencer. What you want to do is hit the plus button and add a Niagara component. And then under the Niagara component, hit the plus button again and add a Niagara system lifecycle. I add these to both of the Niagara systems to ensure that they start at the same time and with the music. Now for the Niagara 2, which is the top one, I can just go ahead and hit that plus button and do what I did for the one below it. So now when I put this over here and hit play, I'm with the effect that I started with in the beginning, which is really fun. It's also nice just to move around the effect in real time. Yeah.
If you enjoyed this effect, I think you'll find these audio visuals that just popped on the screen also interesting. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future Unreal tutorials. That would help me out a lot. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.